Finding a soulmate is one of the hardest things ever. Honestly, it's like trying to find a matching sock in a laundry basket that somehow gained sentience. They all seem to have their own agendas, and you're left holding a lonely sock, wondering if love even exists. True lovers, I get it. Hi, I'm Haim with Be Love Media. And today we'll chat about the juncture between the wisdom of the Tao Te Ching, verse 77, and your love life. I'm passionate about helping true lovers like you stop striving, release control, and align with the Tao so that love flows naturally into your life. Stick around until the end because we'll recite the ultimate affirmations to attract your ultimate soulmate. And if this resonates, please take a moment to like and subscribe. It helps me bring more love wisdom to our growing community. So let's read the Tao Te Ching, verse 77, translated by Stephen Mitchell. The way of heaven is like bending of a bow. The high is lowered, the low is raised. The excessive is diminished, the insufficient is increased. It is the way of heaven to benefit and not to harm. The way of the sage is to act, but not compete. True lovers, after my third divorce, I was constantly trying to force balance in my relationships, overcompensating, overanalyzing, and competing with love itself. But during 18 months of shadow work following my last failed relationship, verse 77 became a guiding light. It reminded me that just as heaven balances naturally, love doesn't need my micromanagement. When I stopped competing and controlling and instead aligned with the natural ebb and flow of life, my heart relaxed and love started to arrive in ways I could never have planned. I learned that the sage doesn't force, compete, or manipulate. She allows life and love to move in their perfect rhythm. You know, when I looked back after I left my last failed marriage and tried to analyze what in the world went wrong there, the first thing that I saw was that I ended up somehow with somebody who is potentially a covert narcissist. Those of you who are not familiar with that diagnosis or term, feel free to look it up. But if essentially somebody who believes that by trying to control, manipulate, gaslight, and force their will on their partner, they could get the kind of relationship they want. And it's obviously wrong in more ways that I can count. But I also realized that if I ended up in that kind of relationship, the most toxic relationship I've ever been in, then I must have been a perfect match for that kind of a person, for that kind of personality. Some parts of me were rigid, just like hers. Some parts of me were toxic, just like hers. Some parts of me were ungiving, just like hers. And once I realized it, and realized that I have only myself to blame, that was my opportunity to grow out of those patterns and thrive into the next chapter of my life, my more giving chapter, relaxed chapter, flowing chapter, generous chapter. And sure enough, 18 months of shadow work, never mind a decade before that I was learning certain concepts in spirituality and generosity and what kindness is, what empathy is. It all culminated in me manifesting into my physical experience, my beloved Rachel, now my wife, my best friend, my soulmate, and a stepmother to our child. I couldn't have attracted her, somebody as generous, as kind, as gentle as she is, without becoming more gentle, more kind, more giving than I was before. And that is the whole trick. Becoming more giving if you want to attract somebody who's a giving person. To have a giving relationship, a reciprocative giving relationship. Let's anchor this wisdom in our hearts with 10 affirmations. So repeat after me, true lovers. I am love flowing with the natural rhythm of life. I am love balanced and at ease. I am love letting go of control. I am love open to give and receive. I am love free from competition. I am love aligned with divine timing. I am love trusting life's perfect flow. I am love relaxed in the dance of love. I am love harmonized with the universe. I am love attracting my soulmate effortlessly. True lovers, if this message touched your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's build a community of hearts who know that love isn't about forcing or competing. It's about alignment, flow, and trust. And remember, if finding a soulmate feels like a basket of rebellious socks, maybe the secret isn't more searching, it's letting the Tao sort the match for you.